name's Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is the last session of our Worldwide Wrestling RPG series that we're playing in March of 2020. It's been a big lead up to the March Madness Sunday Smash, and this is it. This is the time with the Intercontinental Group of Awesome, and I'm very excited to have a chance to yet again play. If I'm pointing the right way, or if it's mirrored, then it's over here. One of these two, JP Townsend. I will be playing the game, and I'll hand it over to Creative, which is the name for the GM. Alex, take it away.
Hi, he, him. Coming from Norway, but from England. And I am going to be the creative for Worldwide Wrestling. And as Rich mentioned, it is March Mayhem, the big pay-per-view streaming out event. And let's see who the wrestlers are. I'm gonna go straight back to Rich for a little description.
Hey, y'all, I am playing JP Townsend. JP Townsend is the athlete. That's his gimmick. He was an athlete who grew up in Oxford, Mississippi, and he went to Ole Miss. He was a all-star and there in football. He played linebacker. He's a big old guy. And he got drafted into the NFL and played in his rookie season and got injured pretty bad, hurt up his ankle. And he's healed up, but he had to retire from the NFL. And now he's coming to wrestling now that his ankle's better. But he's real popular, especially in Mississippi. And a lot of people who like watching him, but he's not quite that great of a wrestler. Now, he's been learning on the job. I didn't quite receive the level of instruction maybe he oughta, shoulda, but he's been learning mostly from beating and getting beat by Melvin. So he's pretty excited, and he had the fortune last week of winning the opportunity for a match for the belt tonight. So we'll see how that goes with JP.
I'll go in order of little screens to Jen.
All right, I'm the one who is Jen. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Ursuli, the anti-heroine. Ursuli, as a wrestler, is a voodoo hitwoman who is tasked by Mrs. Marjorie Nice to keep the wrestlers of the circuit in line. She's been building up some good old heat with Boudica and with Arcade Ace. So who knows what'll happen in March Madness.
And Tyler.
Hi, I'm Tyler, he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Melvin P. Morgenstern, who is a classic nerd. He is an angry nerd. He is a bullied who becomes the bully. He's kind of beefy little guy, but he cheats and he connives to get his victories. He's definitely a heel. He is the provocateur playbook, and has kind of a chip on his shoulder sort of feel, especially at JP Townsend, Rich's character, who is this wonderful athlete and the sort of person Melvin places all of the blame for the horrible things that have happened to him over his life on his shoulders. And as it happens, despite every bit of logic, Melvin is the highest audience in our little promotion here, as he is currently over. The audience really likes him. Sort of. They like to hate him.
So, as we said, tonight is March Mayhem. Everything has been building to this, all the rivalries and such. And does anyone have any real life stuff that their character will be doing before any little scenes that they think they want to have before the actual, like, the show starts, and you're having scenes while camera crews go by and wrestlers go to the ring and such.
Yeah, nothing's coming to mind.
Then I think as the show starts, it is like dark, and then it cuts to a series of like little talking head moments of like the characters sitting kind of maybe almost backlit with a bit of smoke mist curling around them. And I want everyone else to think of what their little blurb of dialogue would be. I think the first one would be like Ivan hunched over, and they think I am slow and dumb. They will see. They will see. Does anyone have one?
I think we see Melvin there, and brains will overcome brawn in any situation, and I am the brawniest brain.
I think the next one is Arcade Ace kind of pacing, like they think they can put me in the corner. They can push me down. Oh no, that is not happening. I'm going to be rising. I'm going to be a star.
I may not have the experience that these other people do, but I'll put the work in, y'all. I'll put the work in.
Pebble, I think. Like, people underestimate me. They see me. I'm the small guy, but I'm going to be bringing the pain. Do we get one for Azuli?
Oh, of course. Dark shot, swizzling something in a glass, taking a sip. We will see tonight who will be brought low, who will taste the venom of the snake, and who will be free.
Wife sending a message, taking the piss out of me. The next one, of course, would be the hulking shoulders of Boudica, hair down, and then just rising up, and you just like light is just shining just so it gets the eyes, and it's like, and she's got the belt over her thigh. You're coming for my belt? None of you could take it, even on my worst day. And then it's the intro graphics for March Mayhem begins. Like first there's like a marching, and then we get a shot of like all the wrestlers probably walking through some sort of sound stage with the dark light, smoke, and then as they get a side shot of their feet stomping, marching along, and then March Mayhem. Do we get lightning crack up on it? Probably. They throw in all the graphics. Then lens flare, and we cut to the camera swooping across the audience and such. And I think the first match starts. I think it's Pebble. Who else? Pebble, Muscle Maestro. Yeah, 1-on-1. Pebble, Muscle Maestro. Just a fight starts happening. And I think in the behind the, in the service corridors and such, Ivan is walking along past JP Towson, and this is not on camera. This is not a promo thing. He kind of like shoves past JP, like proper bit of impact on the shoulder against shoulder. Like he's obviously did that on purpose.
And JP shrugs it off.
Ivan was like obviously waiting for like some sort of reaction.
And then it kind of it flickers to JP's face like, oh yeah, I've got to react now. He goes, hey now, don't you be putting your shoulder in my face, buddy.
You think he's not doing the accent. You're so fucking lucky. You get to keep your I'm an athlete gimmick. Yeah.
Hey man,
I mean, you're already like set up for. He keeps going.
I hear you. But I'm just doing what creative tells me, man. Management wanted me to win. It's not like I'm going to break kayfabe for that, man.
Like they care about kayfabe right now. You've not heard, have you?
Heard what?
They got a Orc Energy drink sponsorship. They're gonna go. I mean, real ditch gimmicks.
Huh? Like,
but I mean, you're set. I mean, you just play you. I mean, you don't put any effort into it.
Well,
I work on the accent. I had a voice coach.
Well, you did real good. You did. I ain't gonna lie. I do just me, but it's not like I have much of a choice unless I wanted to wear a mask or something. And then
I mean,
you said that's not even an option.
You slow. They're not doing the masks anymore. This might be the last. I don't know.
Well, listen, is there anything I could do to help? I don't know what's
just
going on.
Walks away from you in disgust.
All right, buddy. How far?
The first match, I think, coming up.
Alex, I do need to make my overmove.
Oh, you have the. I didn't realize you actually got to that point. Yep.
So, rolling with luck gives me a 9. 8, sorry. 7. Boy, I can't count.
What's the final number?
It is a 7.
Thank you. So you get to pick one.
Yeah. All right. I'm I think once we have the yes, Alex.
I think I'm waiting for you to tell me maybe what the first match is after the Pebble Muscle Maestro.
Yeah, I think as they're getting finished, and we get the pin, and who won?
I'm gonna say Muscle Maestro won.
Okay.
Pebble didn't get the win.
And he's
I'm sorry,
celebrating as up on the Titantron, we get the symbols begin coming up, the calculations, and out from the back, I step with a microphone, and no one cares that you won. Everyone's here to came to see Melvin P. Morgenstern. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a travesty going on in this promotion. A travesty. It's becoming a jockocracy. That's not what wrestling is. Wrestling is about mental fortitude. And I am the most fortituded of all. They have elevated that meathead, J.P. Townsend, to take on for the championship. That is not fair. That is just not fair. It's not fair. Everyone here knows that the greatest wrestling mind should have the belt. And that is why I'm telling you, you fans are going to get what you want. Because once that match is over, the true brain of wrestling shall take on the winner. And I shall reign supreme. As I demand a match.
Damn straight.
So just to be clear, you're challenging whoever wins what match?
The championship.
The
Yeah.
belt match. Oof.
Yeah.
All right.
And you'll gain one heat with whoever it is.
Do I get one?
That's what you were.
No, I'm doing the
No,
call.
sorry, no, I
demand
was
to be
looking-
granted a match.
Yeah, I combined two of the options into one.
But yeah, of course, the brainy part of it is they'll have already beaten the hell out of each other, so they're easy pickings for Melvin.
You already know all his moves. I mean, you've been paying attention. I think, Uzuli. I think it has to be you and Arcade Ace. So, Melvin, you were in a match versus Ivan. Do you show up to the match with Ivan?
Ooh.
Do you ditch that? Do you?
Yeah.
Do you? Is there some machinations?
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what I can do here. As a thought, perhaps.
We don't have to play out a whole match. You can just. I'm fine with you. Kind of just.
I think I'll show up. Oops, that's my dog, not my tummy making that noise. Yeah, I will show up for the match. But do you want to? I have a plan for what I'll do for it. You want to roll into it, or you want to wait on that?
Yeah. Okay. You. There's the Soviets, like marching band type thing, mute entrance, the tanks driving along, the Moscow skyline, blah, 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 as Ivan enters the ring, pushing people out of his way, growling at the audience, and then
there'll be my pyro and sound and weird science will play, and we'll see coming from the back And this is my mind games, is what the move is. But we see someone, probably not Melvin, in a boxy robot outfit looking like Melvin, has like a rubber Melvin mask. It's the Urkel, the robot Urkel, basically, that we've made into the robot version of Melvin, who's going to come in and fight in Melvin's place.
What is this?
I am the Melvin 3000, ready to wrestle.
Do you enter? Does he enter the ring?
He will, because again, it's just a person in a thing.
Is it like a really awkward fall into the ring?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Like, reaches forward, lifts up the box. That's probably the helmet.
So you can break kayfabe on it?
I don't know if he's breaking kayfabe. I think it's more of a. I mean, is the actual kayfabe the?
It's supposed to be a robot.
Actual robot,
right?
Okay, he walks around at it and like kind of poking it and like looking it towards the audience, like. What?
It will attempt to get an arm lock on him.
I will give you control of this, not actually Melvin. Melvin robot.
All right. And he is, just some schlub who really has, he's probably just a techie. Who, at a guess, maybe in his negatives, but at a flat roll, I rolled a 7.
Okay, is that wrestling?
Yeah. As he's attempting to do this arm bar on him, and really, with some hope, he's going to lean into, to Ivan to say, if you're careful, I can take some bumps. I've been training.
So what does that? I mean, you keeping control?
No, I'm handing it off. Yeah, the whole point is to let Ivan just dismantle this guy.
Yeah. Okay. So he's like, yeah, he does the the robot. The Melvin 3000?
That's right.
Gets the arm lock, and he kind of like Ivan just like shows like grunts with like mild discomfort, and then slowly kind of pulls his arm back round as the Melvin 3000 tries to hold it. And like I think he does the pulling his arm up and lifting him off the ground. Because I mean, he's just a little techie, and he's like the legs wiggle, and he pulls him forward and is like, pull one of your arms in, the left.
Guy does,
and then he grabs the loose box that we're covering now and pulls the arm off, and then dumps it to the floor. And then like points up the ramp. I think somebody is quickly bringing him a microphone. He's like, Melvin, I will not forget this nonsense. Next Sunday Smash, it will be us.
Nice.
And if I only take off your arm, you will be lucky.
Ooh.
He drops the mic and leaves it. I think it's before the match at Azuli versus Arcade Ace. And she actually comes to you. She reached out to you. There's like a knock on you where you're getting ready.
Yeah. Come in.
Rhonda, do you have a moment for the...
Emily. Yeah, come in.
I know I can get a little bit up myself, and I just wanted to give you a heads up. Have you been hearing the rumor?
Which one?
Management's getting sponsorship through Orc Energy Drinks. They're rebranding. They're going to be... They're like dropping all the gimmicks and stuff. They're going to, basically faked mixed martial arts.
That's stupid. The mixed martial arts crowd will eat us alive.
I mean, I've heard rumors for a little while, and it's why I've been trying to get out. I mean, it was my route anyway, but
That's terrible.
I mean, it's going to be... I mean, you've seen how management has been floundering. They don't know what they're doing at the moment. They're just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. I just,
Well, this Machinations Inc. shit isn't going to exactly prove to a new sponsor that they can go real.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically their just writer's room's last hurrah.
Hmm. Well, shit.
I mean, if you want any contacts after all the shit goes down,
Yeah, if you know anybody. Otherwise,
it wouldn't be wrestling. It'll be, TV, film stuff. But I got a few contacts.
Yeah, if you need any spooky tall black ladies, then give me a call.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it. Honestly, I've been looking at this possibility of doing a nice villainy tour in Japan.
Cool.
We've got this one circuit, Fate Stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks shady as hell, but also pretty fun.
Oh. Your gimmick would go down like a bomb. But...
Oh, kill. They love it.
Yeah, again, I'm sorry I've been, these past few weeks, but
Hey, it's tense.
yeah.
But thanks for letting me know. Thanks for the contacts.
Yeah.
Sad I can't do the same for you, but put it in the can, leave it outside the ring.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah. Management have their plans, but
We're not puppets.
yeah.
We're performers. It's different.
Let's just go destroy this crowd.
Hell yes.
She reached out for the fist bump. See you in the ring.
See you in the ring. And I'll actually leave my room shortly after because I got a couple things to take care of.
Is this something that has a scene? And we have not had any promos yet.
It's true.
That seems something that should be happening. I want at least one promo before this match from somebody.
Yeah, I am happy to have JP cut a promo in preparation for the match at the end before the match. That's pretty great. I love that we're going to do a double match. So
yeah, I mean, JP has to. I mean, with the way they're going, with the management, they're trying to sell a kind of real sports thing angle.
Mhm.
It's gonna be check notes. JP.
Oh my God, the day JP Townsend killed wrestling. It's so sad. It's so sad.
But it'll be JP winning, so that last match will be Melvin versus JP.
I mean, yeah. Okay, so the
Either way.
promo starts off and it's another like montage of JP training. He's like doing the really fast jump rope thing. He kind of skips through and he's got his shirt off, so you can see the huge chest muscles just kind of bob up and down. And then of course there's like this almost like loving shot of him doing crunches with his 1.9% body fat, right? And they sprayed and spritzed on just the right amount of sweat to where he doesn't look gross, but the muscles have a certain sheen to it. And there's a little bit of music in the background echoing in the gym. And then the next shot is him on a weight bench, and he's stacks, right? And he's lifting, and he pumps out a few reps of some insane amount of weight that he's probably legitimately lifting. And then the camera's like looking down. You can see the bar. He's got his hands there. He says, "Train up, y'all. Train up. I got one match, probably two. I gotta get the belt, and I gotta keep the belt. With y'all pulling for me, everybody in my corner, everybody from all in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the best vacation spot in all the United States. Hell, I figure, Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We're going to see two matches of JP tonight." And I will go ahead and roll with look. Let's see how this goes. Oh man, I rolled a 6, and I think my look is still negative. It is. That is a
You must have some
5.
momentum.
I start with 2 momentum. I'll burn them both. Just have a 7. Woo. Whoa, that was scary. I am going to gain a heat with the subject of my promo. And I'm going to say that the subject of my promo, I'm going to try this. I mean, well, actually, Tyler, let me ask you, how hard is it to gain heat with an MPW? Should I try to get this heat with Melvin again? Feels like it's easier to do it with Melvin, but I want to check.
Well, my thought would be if you can get Boudica up to that 4, you finish the match and you'll go up to the 4 audience. You'll knock me off, which is good because then that gives me the potential to go up again. But since it's an MPW, you're the only one who's going to be making moves. So your chance to get heats
Pretty
more
good
than it would be. Yeah, because we'd be splitting roles otherwise.
Cool. I am taking 1 heat with Boudica. There we go. That is my 1 heat with subject of my promo.
And you have 1 for them being a heel.
Oh, right. Sweet. So I'm already up to 2 heat. Oh, beauty. Thank you.
Nice. Is there any more behind the scenes or promo stuff that's happening?
I would like to catch Ivan back in the back. And I hope you didn't mind that. I figured, you know, hell, it'll start us up a nice feud going. I've got this match later. You'd have beaten the crap out of me. I got to go into that one looking like I have some advantage. I mean, Boudica and JP, they outweigh me by 100 pounds each.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I mean, we could get a nice run out of it, Ivan. I mean, heck, this could be a good feud. You could even end up, hey, you could turn baby on this one. The crowd be all behind you. You know, perestroika.
Shit, man. Do I have to be the one who tells you that they're going to be ditching the gimmicks?
What?
Like, you know, just go straight. Just like, I mean, it's not be real, but they're rebranding, energy drink sponsorship, you know, bringing the money to keep them afloat, and they, you know, no wizards, no magic.
They can't possibly think that that's a good idea.
I don't know what's good. Some corporation waved money in their face and they saw numbers.
But hell, nobody's gonna watch a bunch of fake real wrestling.
Yeah, I mean,
At least you
I
probably
give it
get
1
a
year
job.
most.
I mean, look at you. You're built like a brick house. I mean, surely they're gonna keep you, but what the hell will happen to me?
I mean, you're not huge, but I mean,
We can't let this happen then, Ivan.
I'm just gonna start looking into other circuits and just.
Well, let me think on it. There's got to be a way to stop this. I mean, in the end, the audience decides what they like.
And money talks.
Yeah, that's probably true too. And I'll kind of mumbling to myself wander off. Thanks, Ivan.
Yeah. I think we cut to the arcade ace. That pinball, ding, 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 you know, as the pinball ball hits the rebound things, it cuts. He has a quick shot of arcade ace pulling off some maneuver, some wrestling blow, before it back to the pinball table. And then her coming into the ring, stopping for a moment to like soak up for the applause, and then doing like a cartwheel forward, and then like a little bouncing a step to the ring, which is
Nice.
she's here, like, you know, yeah, she's gonna bring it all for this.
Cool. So this time, you know, it's that familiar organ music hit, use of the smoke machine, the classic Serpent animatron coming forward. And also, I got some of my cool dancer friends from Detroit to come down. So they're in these bitchin' like skeletal costumes. They also dance out of the smoke, and then I arrive and they help me with my hat and cane and jacket. And I approach the ring. I get a mic. And I'll point to Arcade Ace. I offered you my help. In good faith. And you were dithering. And your decision led to a humiliating defeat. But it proved that you fear me. And then I'll toss the mic to one of the dancers and enter the ring.
I think she kind of gestures just behind herself, not even looking for somebody to throw a mic. She suddenly tosses one, she grabs it and says, "No, what your interference did was cost me a match. If you didn't bring your weird voodoo magic to the ring that time, your plots and your schemes, tonight the main event would have been Arcade Ace versus Boudica. But instead, I have to be here with you. And I think I'll have to be teaching you a lesson of where to stick your nose." Throws the mic away. I mean, I feel you were working the audience.
Sure. Reminds me, I gotta grab the dice.
And please say Ivan is commentating.
All
Of
right.
course, Ivan is commentating.
And I remember the name of Tyler's commentator.
Big Bob Buckland, straight from the fine state of Oklahoma.
I think it's the one regular commentator like between these two. Who gets to sit next to the hulking form of Ivan.
JoJo's just trying to survive. Don't mind me. I'm just commenting. But I rolled a 7 on the dice plus 3 audience for 10. So we got hella momentum.
Nice. I think, yeah, the audience were loving the back and forth, the raising of the stakes, the kind of cementing of that kind of what the
Grr,
idol,
we've
you
got
know,
reasons to fight.
what the feud is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And you have control.
All right. Well, I think I'll do my regular thing where, you know, the ref has us meet in the center and shake hands or whatever. We refuse because we're feeling salty. Grr. And then as soon as he's out of the way, I'll do my low dive for a single leg tackle. And try to work her over into a couple of different holds.
No.
Look at this, Bob. No honor between the Americans. They don't even shake hands. Gesture of friendship, that's the way it's supposed to work. In the old country, we shake hands before we pummel each other to death.
Well, I've always heard y'all are very friendly people over there in Russia.
You're right. Of course, Urzuli is not friendly at all.
No, not her forte.
What do you think you're rolling with that, Azuli? I mean,
Probably I work her over into a camel clutch, and it's just typical wrestling with work.
yeah.
Just some good technical. All right, so that is a 5. So
Do you have enough momentum to do anything with that?
Huh?
Do you have enough momentum to
I
change
have
that?
plenty, so...
Do you?
Yeah. Huh?
Oh, you did the... yeah, you got that +2, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. So, yeah, I'll nudge that to a 7. So I'll give my opponent control and gain a momentum back.
Real mat wrestling there, Ivan. That's done right there in the Olympics. I imagine you see that in Russia too.
I think she does
The
like
Russians don't talk about Olympics right now.
Arcades twists around and like manages to kick you, like a kick to the face, to like push you out of that ankle hold and give us some space. I think she goes from like bounces off the ropes, coming in, doing a jump over you, pulling it with it, and like into like some sort of like flip bomb thing, rolling back off. I think you get up pretty quick, and she tries to go in for another grapple, but you like start like locking arms instead, like trying to get her pulse, and then you have control.
Nice. All right.
And she's like whispering like, okay, we got to do something that's like extra. I mean, no one's broken the announcement table yet.
You want to go over the ropes?
Aim me, and I'll go.
All right. Nice.
You know, Bob, in preparation for announcing at this match, I decided to look up some pinball slang in attempts to liven up the conversation, and then I realized no one gives a shit about pinball anymore.
Stone cold. Oh, so rough. So, yeah, I think in order to get out of that lockup, I'll do that gimmick where suddenly you spray something from the mouth just to get a little distance.
Oh yeah, she like
between
staggers
us.
back, kind of wait at the.
Yep, and then do another nice long range kick, and start pushing her back towards the edge of the ring and the announcer's table. And then as she's like staggered against the ropes, I'll put her arms over my shoulder and then grab her by the legs and then spin her around and bomb her over the side.
Yeah. I mean, this feels like I'm thinking this is working with your opponent to execute something, a memorable sequence.
Sure, that sounds cool.
That feels more than. So, I mean, what's your heats with Arcade Ace at the moment?
3.
Not bad.
Yeah, what's the move called that we're looking at here?
It's wrestling move. It's the last one of the options. Rolling with heat.
Cool.
Work with your opponent.
Got it. I rolled snake eyes. Unbelievable. So that's
a 5.
A 5. I can squeak it with my momentum. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Squeak. To a 7. Whew. So I'll definitely give her control again and
Oh yeah. She
claw my way into momentum.
goes like flying over the ropes into the announcement table that Ivan and Co are sitting at, and everyone's like,
Holy
Whoa!
cow!
and
My
she kind of
notes.
like lands and like she's like dazed for a second, and then like starts pushing her way out of the debris, and there's like, and she like points, like gets in Ivan's face for a moment. It's like, I heard that, and I think she does a gut punch,
Nice.
and then uses him bent over as a stepping stone to jump onto the ropes again and
Delicious.
get back
I'll
in the
be.
ring.
That pinball wizard has such a subtle wrist.
Bivdets.
I think, yeah, she bounces onto the top of the rope, so she's feet on the ropes.
She's put
and
Ivan
then
on tilt.
leaps out to like hit you side on, like
Shit.
you're standing and like poof, to the ground, and she
Nice.
like kind of
Big slap.
tries to go for like a quick pin. You have control.
All right. I think I'll shrimp out of it. And try to prowl over on top of her, get her in another counter hold. Or in fact, is there something more visually cool? No, I'll shrimp out and I'll let her start to stand up and then give her a DDT drop again. And then attempt another pin. So let's see.
Bob, remind me, DDT, isn't that named after some chemical devised by American military to kill people in Vietnam?
I think you're thinking of Agent Orange there.
Oh, I'm sorry, there's so many chemicals you Americans have created to kill people from other countries.
Technically, Agent Orange was created to fully defoliate areas.
Oh, I see. Vietnamese people are a foliage?
Well, God, no. No, I think that the real war crimes there are Roman plowing and directly destroying farmland. And
We may be getting into a subject that's taken away from the ring.
whoops. Well, let's see who plows who, I guess.
I think while you're doing while that pin is going, like before we obviously kick out, she's like, look, my contract is locked. My get out, my escape is still, if you want the win, it's yours. But we need to ramp this up. We gotta keep it going. Just raise stakes one level more.
Then clearly
she
you need
pushes-
to pinball me.
Yeah, she's like nods and pushes out of the
Yep.
pin, and like, yeah, and then actually, does she have control? I've forgotten how you chose.
I chose to gain momentum, so yeah, she can have
Yeah.
control.
Yeah. So yeah, she does the bouncing off the ring, and then like comes in from behind. Like I think she does a duck under, actually,
Oh,
underneath your arms, and then reaches out as she's passing, grabbing the back of your head to like slam you into the ground, and then she quickly scampers onto the turnbuckle for her pinball drop. As you like think, roll back around.
Yeah, if I roll back around.
Into the right
range.
position, into the correct position and range for the move. And she scampers up onto the thing and then does that leap where she kind of is like arms out, but then just as the impact comes in, she's like scrunching into a ball. Obviously, her knees and elbows hit either side of you, but it kind of looks like she's like, you're getting all the elbows and knees right in your stomach. Yeah.
Well, Katie barred the door. Nobody gets up from that, Ivan. This one's got to be over.
Yeah.
Yes, bring home the bacon, Arzuli.
And there's like a bounce off from the impact of Arcanase comes up again and then like tries to go for the pin again, and you have control. I mean, how could you possibly win after this? I mean, it's...
Yeah, I mean, only magic, only dark sorcery could work in this case. So, yeah, like she bounced into me, and I did the whole, flopping around on the mat in total agony sort of routine, and she bounced back for the pin. And for the start of the pin, the first count, I'm like staggered, look like I barely know where I am. Second count, I sort of snap out of it, but things are still a struggle. And like just before it's ready to draw in 3, because the ref's kind of like, there is this reddish, orangish smoke that sort of bubbles up from between us, because I found one of my sneaky squibs, to stun her, as I then push and roll out the way. And just roll up my sleeve, roll up the other one, cough into my hand a little bit. Indicate that this is not over. So how does Ace react to this? Come on. Whole scene.
She's like backing away, like, and she like I think she says like looking to the audience, and the audience can see that she's mouthing words like, but she just took the full pinball. How is she up again? She's like doing that kind of looking side to side in just disbelief, really playing it up.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed Arcade Ace was called on tilt. Yeah? That's one of the I looked at, Bob.
And she's like, I think she's like kind of cracks her knuckles and like, she's still kind of looking, doing that side to side look, and like of unsure. She's unsure, but she's like got the fist like
right,
and she's like coming towards you, unsure, and like inching forward. Like if she can get out from that, what else can she do?
Yep. I take a moment to thank the gods and let Ace come at me. Then I think I duck under her punch in this really swag fluid way and sort of loop an arm out and under so that I've got her basically by the neck and then the leg to drop her down, and then get her back into my finisher.
We're gonna hit a finishing move.
I think so.
This is Titanic comeback. Bob, I have to say I'm impressed. Let's see if she pulled it off.
I suspect hoodoo is afoot.
Rude. Rude dice. All right, so I got a 5 on the dice, and I can just put it over with my momentum to a 7.
I will put over.
Holy crap. All right, then. I'll get it clean. And I'll take that audience.
She sells the move with... She throws herself into it. I think you hear like there's even like a little bit of you catch like a grunt of pain, like she really throws herself into it. She doesn't hurt herself at all, but I mean maybe a bruise or something, but but she really
Not an injury, but ouch.
Yeah, ouch. She's like putting a lot of effort into making your move look amazing.
That pops you to 4, doesn't it?
Huh?
That pops
it does pop me to 4.
That drops me to a 3, and you get an advance.
Oh, rad. Gosh, what do I do? I don't even know. But yeah, I will deposit her still body on the mat and do a quick walk around, work the crowd. Feels good.
Does you think she kind of is like slightly kind of moaning or is she like just out cold? What do you think? How she plays it?
I think she's just out cold.
Yeah.
Like I think med techs have to carry her off.
Arcades, once a rising star, now another victim of Ursuli.
I'd say she went down the gutter.
Well, that's good. That's a good one, Bob.
Thank God.
Do we cut to the next promo or behind the scenes?
Yeah, Melvin's got a promo, I suppose.
Yeah.
He's always got a promo. He's a promo-tastic.
We see Melvin, and in the back he's got his board. His computer's to the side, though, as he's got chemicals all up. He's maneuvering things. Tonight is my chance, and I'm not going to squander it. The way to win is through science. You see, I can find the perfect formula. The formula that will make me the greatest athlete as well as the greatest brain. And so, JP, Boudica, it won't matter. I'm going to go in as the superior athlete. I'm going to go in after I find the perfect formula. And you see, him mixing chemicals, and as he puts one in, it gets the big foam up out. And I suppose it'll be on JP. I don't need much heat with him, though. Let's see, what's my promo set? Good. Yeah, so rolling with luck. Boy, that went around and around and around. 8, 9, and I will spend, well, since it's a null gain, I still will spend the momentum, though, to be awesome. Yeah. And I've already got the book I want.
Stipulation.
Yeah, but I've already got so many machinations going on. I don't think I need another. I think I'm just going to take the momentum.
Yeah. Nice. I mean, do we see some more what do we see before the actual JP Boudica match? Do we go into that?
Yeah, I plan to
Oh,
hook
actually,
up with. No.
And definitely a buy a break before that. And maybe a buy a break now, and then if any
Yeah.
people have
'Cause I
any
think
ideas, they can think of something.
Yeah, I'll speak with JP after he finishes his match with Boudica.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll have a
Wonderful.
buy a break, and then we'll any before match business, and then the match.
Sounds good.
We'll say 5:30. 5 past. 35 past. Hello, guys.
Hello. I think Jen might have a new craft project of some kind. It
Yeah,
appears
something went by.
carrying in more materials.
So, what do you think the setting of this scene is?
Oh yeah, I want a behind the scenes scene with Urzuli and Melvin. I think it's just JP coming to them to tell them what he heard from Ivan, right? So I know everybody's heard it separately, but it'd be kind of cool to see all the PCs discuss it, and also JP. There's a lot weighing on JP's heart about this because it feels not awesome.
I think he's probably had some dirty looks from like the more gimmick heavy ones who have, know about this stuff going on down. The ones in headdresses and, carrying a bundle of pyrotechnics or props.
Yeah. So maybe it's let's see, we're at the Vanna White Center.
Yeah.
So maybe it's in front of this mural of the Wheel of Fortune, like the letters and everything that spells out like Vanna White Center, and it's got a picture of young Vanna White, right? And it's by a local artist, so it's a little impressionistic. It's not like a photo or anything, and it's in a long hallway. You can hear the concession stand off in the background, and JP says, "Y'all have y'all heard what's evidently going down?"
I've heard a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're saying that there's some kind of energy drink this they're into. I don't know if the energy drink bought out the promotion or what, but they're gonna try to switch this to some kind of, I don't know, full contact, get rid of the gimmicks kind of thing. And I don't know what to think.
If they do it, I'm gone.
Well, I have a little bit of a plan.
Go.
Well, okay. I believe the energy drink is called Orc Energy. Is that right?
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if what I'm hearing is right, they think that it's going to be a better selling point to have it look like it's more athletic-y, normal, real wrestling. But they're wrong. That's why no one watches college wrestling. What we need to show is that the gimmicks can sell the drink. I was thinking, and JP, kind of maybe on the down low on this, because I think management's going to have you win that off Boudica. I mean, they'll do something with her. She's gigantic, but probably not Viking warrior so much anymore. But we don't want them to swerve that if they do, and you may not agree to this. I mean, this could be good for you. But I'm thinking when we get to our match, maybe a Popeye with the drink. You're beating the hell out of me. I get the drink. Then I'm strong. It's the formula. Then we can have like a schmoz even. Zuli, you come out, drink the thing, spit the green mist into someone. We have the other gimmicks all coming out, drink the drink, and get their big, huge powers.
That's pretty wild, Melvin. I mean, Josh, I know it may benefit me on the short term to go along with it, but I gotta be honest with y'all. I like learning how it is that y'all do what you do, and I felt like I was starting to get it, and just changing
were.
everything, I don't much like it. So if you think, well, Rhonda, what do you think?
Yeah. You're a lot more pragmatic than me.
I think if it hits, management will like to play it off like it's their idea. Right?
I
And we
hope
can
so.
basically keep the circuit how it is. If it doesn't hit, we could all be fired.
Yeah, it'd
If
be
it
kind
does-
of a last hurrah kind of thing. If it nobody liked it or bought into the gimmick,
I
could
mean,
even use it as their quote unquote reason why they changed.
well, I mean, really the danger's for you, JP, because they're going to ride you. Zuli and I are probably, well, we're going to have to look for somewhere else, whether this, if it doesn't hit or we don't try it, either one. But they may be mad at you. And I don't want to put you in a bad position. You got a hell of a career ahead of you.
Shit, Josh, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I don't want to make y'all mad, but I ain't in it for the money. I made pretty good amount of. I got a bonus check when I signed with the NFL, and I'm doing all right. I'm mostly in this because of the challenge and the idea of having some fans and learning something new and doing something with my body. So if it bites back on me, I don't much care. They can clap back all they want.
Zuli, what you think?
Let's give it a shot.
You got some sway with the back room. Can you help me talk with the other folks? See if they're willing to go along?
Sure. Do you have a case of the stuff?
Amazon delivered by drone.
It's so weird. Okay. Yeah, all right. I'll work with the crew. See what we can get arranged.
Awesome.
Get some stuff ending up on tables. Yeah.
Do you guys all split off to go and do your individual tasks?
Yep.
Hmm. Do you know what? I kind of feel. I think there would be a little bit of a sketch scheduled with Azuli and Marjorie Nice, and maybe there's some after that's shot. Maybe some behind the scenes stuff. I don't know.
Sure.
For the match, I think there's a. I think they've got like a little, like plastic flowers, some little fence thing set up, some little picket fence thing, and she's like tilling the. Well, she's got a trowel and she's moving it over the concrete around the flowers as Azuli is like moved into frame. And she's like moving the trowel around the flowers. Okay. Now, dear, sometimes we need to take special care of a prize flower and make sure. And then she like reaches down and does just off camera, and then like grunts and pulls, and sometimes we have to pull out the weeds to protect the flower. JP is ending tonight with the bells. Melvin and Boudica will not. Are we clear?
It's easy to understand, man.
take one of the peach pies with you. They're fresh.
And I
Shelf. There's
I like tug my collar, look kind of nervous, head over to the windowsill.
It may literally be a window just supported with, in a room.
Yep.
And then the cut, and the camera crew will stop moving off to take the camera to film another promo somewhere.
Getting a lot of mileage out of these plastic pies we bought last year.
Well, yes.
Waste not, want not.
True. Now I have a talk site. Hope you have a nice evening.
Yep. You too, Mildred.
See.
Oh, but one thing. And then I'll go into the orc energy co-optation plan to save all of our jobs.
I think
if we did a TV show, if we were doing Glow, right, this is where I would have Urzuli start the conversation and then like fade the audio as they,
yeah,
to conceal the reaction. But what does she think?
I think she just stomps all over your idea. She just doesn't give you any respect on it. Like, you're, you work
is she
here.
really management? Or is she actress management? If
I think she's actually real. I think she's real.
Then I don't say this shit to her.
Oh
yeah.
No, I think she's actually real management.
No, so yeah, no, I keep my mouth closed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Revoked.
Yeah. So there's that.
No, I would.
So it's just a kind of an awkward end to the.
Yep.
To the thing rather than a.
See you tomorrow night, and then I'd actually go and tug the ear of Gregory Price.
No. Oh yeah. Rhonda.
Hey there, how you doing?
You know what? I mean, they're all nice chaps, but everyone seems to be really on edge tonight.
Yeah, well, keep this on the DL, but
down low, of course.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Mm-hmm. We've all been hearing that management's signing a sponsorship contract with Orc Energy. And Orc Energy wants them to get rid of all the gimmicks in order to make that happen.
Oh, they can't do that. I mean, the gimmicks are the magic. It's the theater.
That's what we all think. Unless we all think there's nothing we can do about it. So...
The show must go on.
Right. Josh had an idea. And then this is...
And then we get the fade. And it's nods and
mumbles and
yeah. Do we cut to the actual match starting now, or? I think it would be JP entering first.
Of course. That makes perfect sense. Hold on a second. Here we go. It's JP excitedly enters to the big horn sounds. This is a championship match. So the Myrtle Beach High School Flying Pelicans marching band comes out to play Forward Repples, the big horn-centric Ole Miss fight song. and he's got it down this time. His look's still -1, but JP knows you got to slow it down. He's got his wrestling tights on, and he comes out. He waves to the crowd. He doesn't run right ahead, and he giving some high fives and violating social distancing rules because we're in a fantasy world where it's okay, guys. And he even like picks up a baby and holds it and shows it to a bunch of the audience and hands the baby back to the slightly nervous mother and rubs a couple heads and puts on one guy comes over and shows him an Alabama Crimson Tide hat, and he takes it and he acts like he's going to throw it, but he hands it back and laughs it off, and then jogs on up, signs a football real quick, and tosses it back, and then he comes up, stands on the stairs, waves to everybody, holding onto the pole, and ducks underneath, does this little jump around, very excited, and he reaches over for the announcer's box. He picks up the microphone. He says, "Y'all, it's one of the best nights of my whole life. I got to tell you, that time when the NFL draft was about to happen, and I was all nervous and excited. You know, could I possibly go in the first round? And I got to tell you, it's the kind of feeling I have here, being here in the Vanna White Center with all y'all wonderful people from Myrtle Beach. I got to tell you, I appreciate you coming in from the surf and the pavilion and all the great stuff you have here in Myrtle Beach to watch this here wrestling match. And I hope to entertain y'all." And I'm going for that cheap heat, so I'll take that momentum now that I have more momentum. Thank you very much.
No, I think I think this may even be part of like the you guys getting into contact with all the technicians and wrestlers and stuff. But as you know, this is a cage match, and the cage is like suspended above, and the technicians, they've set something special. So like just before the lights go, the cage drops, like it's like sudden, so it like goes with a clang over the ring with JP inside. And then there's that kind of lightning crack on the Jumbotron, and Boudica is standing there, silhouetted, as she starts to go down towards the ring, and she's got like a padlock and chain in one hand. And she kind of throws it to a referee as she goes through the kind of cage door and climbs into the ring. And you have control.
All right, comes out.
By the way, when she shoves the chain and the thing, she also like throws the belt at the referee as well to kind of awkwardly catch. And he's
as the cage is coming down around him, JP's looking all around, a little bit of wonder.
Oh, the cage, it comes down with like an actual clang.
Yeah. So he looks and bam, and he kind of flinches a little bit, looks around, goes over, tests one of the bars just to check it out. Sure, this is solid, And then he turns around, he sees that Boudica's there. She's tossed off her belt. Looks like it's about time. A ref is in the ring with us, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's like, actually, no, he's inside the cage and he's like locking up the door.
Oh, yeah.
Before coming into the ring, cool. Without, definitely real lock and
very real.
Yeah.
Only a feat of incredible strength would break that lock. But
yeah,
JP walks out in the middle and offers out that hand of sportsmanship and friendship in the spirit of a good match.
Oh, I feel she puts out the hand, but there's like a crushing grip.
Oh yeah, and Yeah, I think JP he does the grimace and he plays into it. He sells it a little bit, but he doesn't give up. He kind of raises his fist up a little bit, like asking for a bit of power from the audience. And I think I'm actually going to work the audience a little bit here. I'm going to pump him up and try to get him to pull for me with this first test of strength.
Is
here.
it like she's gripping you, like you're going down to one knee for like a
yeah,
little bit?
yeah. So like go down, but I'm not giving up, right? So.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm going to work the audience. I get to roll plus audience, which I only have 1 momentum. So I hope I roll all right. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That is a 9 plus 3 in my audience. That gives me a 12 on a 10 plus. Get them on my side, and I gain 2 momentum. That is great. Man, having a good audience pays off.
Oh, yeah. There's like the clap in unison.
Yeah, and if that the hand
it builds up
into a fist
as you
he
regain.
stands back up, and even though she's a little taller, right, he does that thing where his shoulder goes up a little bit, and he's gritting his teeth, hoping that she'll sell it back.
I think the referee's like getting into the ring and like stands kind of between you, like looks to each side and like so the hands are like squeezes in and just like tries to push you away, and she just like, lets go. Like,
nice, love it.
And then like the announcement of for the title belts, this cage match we blah 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 blah, and go through the kind of rules, and then ding ding ding.
Out of curiosity, it's cage match. Is it a DQ match still?
I think it's no disqualifications. It's but pin in the ring.
Okay.
And of course, JP is scheduled to win. But this you have to be put through the ringer. You're doing the gauntlet. And you have control.
Right. I think that he's going to start off with just some good old-fashioned wrestling. He maybe throws a couple chops, backhands to Boudica, moves her back to the ropes, and then pulls and swings her across. And he's going to lead off. Hopefully, everything will work out. About to sneak. I really need to memorize the keyboard shortcuts, guys. I was like, please hit the make button. All right, so I think I'm going. Like, he's going to prove that he has learned. This is the opening statement, right? He's learned a bit about work. He started off as not a great wrestler at all. Now he's just going to go through some regular old wrestling. So it's going to show his technical wrestling ability here as he throws one of those flying tackles, knocks her down, picks her back up, and just trying to wear her down. That is his opening gambit here. It's just old wrestling, y'all. Here we go. He's got a flat wrestling, and that is a 5. Of course, it's a 5. That's exactly what I deserve. On a 5, I get countered. Give 1 momentum. I'd have to spend 2 momentum for this to happen. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I'm just going to give up the 1 momentum. So he's still not quite there. I get countered somehow. She's a better wrestler than he is.
What was the move you're going in for, do you think?
He's going for a flying tackle. Yeah, so he's coming up, flying up towards her, maybe hit her in the top of her chest, the head, something.
She kind of like steps aside, adds to your momentum into the ropes, and then just basically, I think she copies the maneuver and just does what you're going to do, but just knocking the wind out of you.
Nice. And yeah, I sell it to go down a little bit. I mean, I even hit I hit on the mat.
Yeah.
But I'll try to get back up. She's in control now.
Yeah, and I think there's like this moment where she's just kind of looks around and it's just like, this isn't worth my time. She didn't say this, it's just that sneer of, and then she goes in and like pulls you up off the ground and then it's like punches you, knocking you into the turnbuckle, and then comes in for one to the guts, and she's like starts laying into you into the corner with this big meaty fists. By the way, what is the size difference, do you think? I mean, I'm saying she's like 6'5". Oh, you're muted.
I think she's got maybe an inch and a half on him.
Yeah. I mean, so it probably is muscle mass is more than hers, but she's still, you know, has some meaty arms and the height difference.
Jojo, this monster is really taking the steam out of JP.
And you have control.
Cool.
I have to agree.
After Boudica counters him and then knocks him to the ground, I think it's one of those where he extricates himself a little bit to collect his wherewithal, looks around at the audience a little bit, and yeah, he's gonna try to work the audience again. Kind of claps a little bit, clap, trying to get everybody into it. He's trying to sell it. Hopefully I won't botch it, because I
Do you like trying to, you giving some distance between her and kind of
absolutely. Yep. And so I'm going to go ahead and try to work the audience yet again. Here we
Looks
go.
like he's more concerned with what the fans think than that belt.
It's true. So 6 + 3 is a 9. I am going to spend 1 momentum. Yeah, I'll spend 1 momentum to get 2. So I spend 1 momentum to push to a 10, and then I get +2 momentum. There we go. Cool. So yeah, that's it. You just get free momentum. You get some other stuff with the 7 to 9, but I'll just take it. There we go. Does that mean because it wasn't wrestling, I'd give up control?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some modding. Yeah, I think we get like some more back and forth, but now with like it feels more equal. There's not this like you're not getting dominated anymore. There's this like back and forth, move for move. I think there's a moment where you like actually knock her off over the ropes, but she kind of like lands. I think she's just like basically a superhero landing like this, and you don't realize, and she pulls your feet out from under you, out onto the kind of gap between the cage and the ring, and pushes. I think she slams you into the cage sides, and you have control.
Cool. So he slams into the cage and sells it pretty hard. Maybe even wrapped his knuckles just a little bit there, but JP's he's okay with that. He's done that kind of stuff before. And I think what he's going to do is he's just going to fall into a little bit more of an easy fallback maneuver of trying to do some kind of feat of strength here. So another couple of backhanded chops to get her in the middle of the ring, and then he's going to quick grab and lift under and try to power lift her up and do a big over the head and then power slam. Oh, I did not know that would happen. But anyway, now I remember that. Boom. So he's going to try to power slam her with a feat of strength. He knows he's giving up the control, but he's hoping that he can gain some easy momentum or impress the opponent and gain some heat. So let's see how this goes. I've got a +2 power. And that is an 8 + 2 makes it a 10. So on a 10 plus, pick one. I'm going to go ahead and impress my opponent and gain +1 heat with them. So that pushes us up because she is a heel. I'm already at a 2, so that pushes up to a 3 heat. That's good.
So like you're lifting her up. You're outside the ring. Are you throwing her into the ring, into the cage?
Great question. Yeah, it's one of those where he like up in the middle of the ring and he takes like 1-2 steps and then he throws her into the cage. She kind of bounces off over top of the ropes and slams down onto the mat.
A lot less graceful this time.
Is he bringing the mountain to the mat or the mat to the mountain?
There's like a hand kind of the camera picks up the hand, like the gripping suddenly the edge of the mat of the ring and like pulling up as she raises up and she looks angry. She kind of like runs her hands through her hair to clear her face, and she's got like I think she's got like black eye makeup around her eyes, like raccoon eyes thing going.
But what I really want to know is it time to break out the scrunchie?
You broke me, Jen.
Now I'm just picturing what kind of scrunchie it would be. I need to get that out of my head.
I mean, clearly it matches the woad pain, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a black leather thong kind of. It's not a
With
scrunchie
like
so
a
much as
blue
tie back. Yeah.
With a blue thing going
yeah.
through it. Yeah.
That's way better.
Yeah. She's like pulls off into the ring.
Cool. But doing the feat of strength, you get control.
Oh yeah. She pulls us off into the ring, and shouting with a booming voice, so audience can pick up. So there's like mics, obviously nearby. You think one little burst of strength will stop me? And she's walking forward, yelling this, and like pushing you into the chest to push you to the ropes. You think your one little burst of strength will be enough to overpower me? To push the shoulder again. And then she's going to go for like a big haymaker punch, and you have control. That's what she's going for. Sweet hits.
If I may, as she goes for the swing, I'm not going to alter. You'll do whatever you're going to do, Rich, with it. But I'm doing my showstopper as at the top of the entryway, Melvin comes down, and you see he's got in one hand like a valet, like a doctor's bag, maybe, valise, and written on it is top secret. And in his other hand, he has like his little PDA, and he's busily looking at it and studying the opponents as he's going to come down to the side of the ring there, clearly scouting out who he has to go up against next.
That seems on point.
Now pick up my momentum, and I can spend it for y'all now.
That's wicked. Love that move. Sweet. So she's going to throw that, and I think when she throws that haymaker, I think he like takes it. Like he gets hit in the face, but he doesn't go down. And then he stands there and he goes, wait for it again. So he throws another haymaker, like one of those like rears back, and he swings a little bit, but then he stands right back up and he starts clapping, looking around for the audience.
And she has like follow through, like she kind of leads forward into it, like and has to like stand up straight again from these.
Yeah, and it looks tenacious. Like JP has learned enough to sell that haymaker to where it looked like it hurt. Like there's a good nap to it. There's a slap sound of skin on skin, and then he's just clapping. He looks, and he'll turn his back to her and turn to the audience. Say, come on! He's asking for them one more time. He's calling to try to work the audience. He's trying to get enough here to get everybody in a frenzy. As he goes to work. So here we go. Oh yeah, there we go. I went to the well one too many times. I rolled a 3, but my audience is a 3, so that takes it up to a 6, and that is definitely worth burning a momentum for. And you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to burn that one momentum and keep control of the match. So one of the options on 7 and 9 is gain a momentum, so I could be a null gain. But instead, I did work the audience, but I'll keep control of the match, and it's enough. Like it pops. It's not as great as it was earlier, but he uses that. Like he's fired up now, and he
You have
charges
been adding
for
your +1, right?
my +1
From working the audience, your special ability.
Oh crap! Thank you. Then I don't have to burn my momentum. I have not been adding that. Dang it! Thank you very much. Has the look +1 momentum when you work the audience, even if you botch. Oh crap! That means I should be at a 5 momentum because I worked the audience before. I didn't take the +1 momentum.
Take it.
So that would have put me at a 4. And then this one I had to burn the momentum to go from a 6 to a 7. So that took me to a 3, but I get that back because I +1 momentum even if I botch. Okay, thank you. I'm back up and I should know my own moves. Sorry. Turns out that Rich has a -1 work. Anyway. So he's fired up and he's got all the momentum, the audience, the heat, everything is going crazy for him. So I think as I'm checking real quick for the wrestling, what's going to give me heat? Yeah, I want to see if we can execute an amazing and a memorable sequence. So after Boudica's thrown a few haymakers and JP has taken the energy of the crowd and pours forward, they go back and forth in a Titanic battle. Two almost 6.5 foot tall titans of the ring, and they're just slugging it out for a little bit, and I think that's the amazing sequence that I'd like to go for. So I'm going to try to roll plus heat, and if I do well, then I may be able to go up to a 4 heat with her. So let's see if we can do it. Come on. I rolled a 3, so based on my understanding of math and how dice probabilities work, I will roll well now. And I roll a 4. Son of a gun.
See?
Dang it, Matt.
Better.
I rolled 4. That's better. All right, so 4 and the heat, it takes it up to a 7, but I am going to burn 3 momentum to get me to 4 heat. Whew, 3 momentum, that's a lot. But there we go. I hit it great and retain control and pick to gain +1 heat. I go up to 4 heat. Now, if I end with 4 heat, Tyler, sorry, stepping out, does that then push up the audience by 1?
At the end of the match, the audience will then go up to 1 more. If you hit 4, you get an advance. If you win the belt, if it ends up being a victory, then winning a championship also gives you an advance.
Cool. Okay, got all that worked out. Sorry for the step out of the thing, but I'm retaining control. And I think at this point he's going to try to showcase. Oh no, he doesn't want to showcase his gimmick. He still sucks. Hold on.
So this is like they're like slugging it out, big power moves. I can imagine like if we cut to like slow motion for a second, there'd be like sweat flying off each impact.
Oh yeah. I love that. There are people like throwing it on the Instagram of the slow-mo from their phones and everything.
It'd be like that boxing shots, and the stick flies off the body.
Sweet. Cool. So I think, he's just going to go ahead and do some more wrestling. So he's now going to try to execute a difficult, demanding, or dangerous maneuver. So one of the blows, he finally wins over, right? He did the heat and she topples like a giant redwood and falls down to the mat. And JP throws up his hand excitedly, runs up the turnbuckles, and now he's going to pull off this crazy flying maneuver. JP's been working on it. It's a little bit of like it's like a little bit of like a, oh, hold on. Rich wants to make sure that he's using the right terminology rather than making one up. Hold on a second. As thank goodness for the basic play aids, because it is just the coolest thing ever. High flying moves.
Frog splash?
Yeah, frog splash sounds kind of silly and fun. So let's do that. So I'm going to do a frog splash. I don't have much momentum to put this over. See how this goes. All right. I'm rolling with work, which means I'm rolling flat. I've rolled a 3 and a 4. This will be my 5.
5. Yeah.
It didn't roll. Hold on. Oh, it's a 9. What? That's awesome. Yay. With a 9, do I want to spend it or just... Yeah. Do I want to... If I spend 1, I could gain 2 momentum, 1 for 2, or retain control, give control, and gain +1 momentum. Yeah, I'm spending my 1 to push that to a 10, which effectively pushes me to a 2 momentum. I don't need any more heat, and I'm going to retain control. Have they announced what the winner's going to be? I'm just looking at time.
I mean, it's you who's scheduled to win this. That's the management's lineup.
So I pull Boudica up. She's obviously starting to look a little tired, and JP is just full of energy, and he is. He goes for a couple more. Oh, there's a cool YouTube video of awesome frog splash. I mean, it does look pretty impressive, I have to say. Like, it's kind of goofy, but it looks pretty impressive. So he slings her across the ring a few times, and then he is going to go for his flying tackle right in the middle, which then leads to the finishing move. And so here we go. So flat 2d6. Let's see how this goes. I can't. Oh, here we go. I'm nervous. Oh, that's a 3. That is a 3. And I don't have enough momentum to push it anywhere.
How much you got?
I have 2 momentum. So
okay, so it's a 3 flat.
I mean,
yeah. What's the move look like?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know
if a spear, isn't it? Like a
it's like tackle. A crazy spear, kind of flying spear tackle, and then it's supposed to knock him down, and then he just pins them. So.
Holy cow, Jojo! He is like a missile straight into the midsection of Boudica. And I will push you up, which gets you to a 7.
Yeah.
I can't go to a 10, but 7 and 9, I have to get her help. So
yep.
I'll spend 1 to take it up to an 8.
I'll spend my other 2 to push it to a 10. I'll happily. This is unwise because now I'm going to have no momentum going against Morgan, but Melvin. But I'll do it.
Wrestling brain.
How does that the move and pin go down?
Oh, it's really great. Like a Boudica, maybe somewhere in her hairpin or something. She like had some sweat or something. There's water because when she gets hit in the gut, she like spews it out. It's like a crazy wuxia movie with all the dust and everything to really sell the hit. And
I feel like she managed to somehow fall backwards, like almost like she's like so it like her body goes like 2 feet, 3 feet back from the impact. It seems.
Oh yeah. So I hit the finisher clean with her, and I gain 1 audience, which is amazing and wonderful. So yeah, then I go for the pin, and as soon as the ref hits the 3rd, jumps up, he throws his arms up excitedly, dances around.
Yeah, I think she gets up like pretty quickly after that 3, and like hitting the ground, and then like goes to the cage door and it's like rattles it, and then it's like boots the cage door open and stomps off.
And Melvin's over there fuming and pointing at you, JP, and pointing back at the your top secret bag. I got you! I got you!
As she passes you, she growls.
I'll give a serendipitous wink as I run back to the back.
I take the belt and I hold it up and I grab the Myrtle Beach. Y'all, we did it. We did it together. Now I want to be the best people's champion I ever could be, y'all. I'm just so happy to be part of this wrestling federation and to be here for y'all. He takes and he puts the belt on, and he doesn't actually like go all the way around his muscly waist. So he just holds it for a second and then he puts it over his shoulder. And
now, does this move straight into the next match with Melvin, or is there a...
I don't don't know. It's
They have to remove
crazy.
the cage, of course.
Who the hell would want to go between those two? Like,
Zuli, just to give it a chance for you to use a move you haven't used before, you have a really interesting move for backstage politics stuff.
Yeah, and I took it because I was like, man, that sounds kind of interesting. But honestly, I still don't understand it. And like what the real benefit is. But yeah, you're talking
how's
about
it go,
Twitch the Curtain,
Tyler?
aren't you?
Do you understand how it works?
Well, it would be you getting to camera and in some way saying out a grievance, a legitimate grievance, and kind of slipping it out to the audience so that the audience gets to percolate a little on it. And once you do, then you'll get to roll real with anything you do outside of the ring. Which means if you wanted to work the audience or had a promo or theoretically, if you were trying to, because there are rules in the book for trying to throw your weight around with politics, where you could get a chance to like sway people in the back. Now that has to do with, I think, did you look through the, I think it's like throwing your weight. It's goes off of your audience. Alex, did you see that?
I have not.
It's kind of doing politics in the rear, but you can always throw together just a custom move off of it as well. I hope I'm thinking of base and not on the road. I think there is. It's in the base. But I don't know, Jen, if it's something you want to throw in front of the camera or deal with in that. I just hated to see you not get off your move.
Yeah. All right. So, Alex, refresh me on what Marjorie Nice was commanding me to do earlier, because brain fart
kind of
bad right
enforce that JP ends the night with the belt. You know, if it looked like, you know,
Boudica,
interrupt a match of
yeah.
it or whatever, or behind the scene, you know, behind the scenes, manipulate the match to make sure he wins, you know.
Yep.
Whatever it takes.
So yeah, I'll cut a promo that's actually twitching the curtain. So it's me in my usual fancy chair cave, except that instead of voodoo accoutrement, what the audience gets to see is, you know, this black and white CRT TV, you know, old wooden case, is its own table sort of deal, and it's just canted just enough towards the audience. It's like, you know, I'm sitting facing this way, TV is this way, so that they can see I'm watching the match, right? Continuing to drink and you know, be silently menacing. And I'll turn to the camera a little bit and say, oh, well, clap your hands 3 times if you believe in football players, I guess. I can keep relaxing for this match. We'll see if I do for the next. What drama, though? What marvelous, marvelous drama. Boudica finally brought low. Machinations Inc. won't be holding the belt tonight. Unless perhaps they get to Melvin. It really is these stories that are such a grand part of what makes our wrestling so fun. And then I'll actually reach over to an end table beside me, and I'll, without like drawing it up, like you can identify it if you've seen it before, but it's a can of Orc energy drink. Truly, it's the formula that runs in our veins. The water that flows through the river of our lives. It's drawn this action. What will we see next? Or will our dramas be silenced? You make the greatest difference here. Clap your hands 3 times if you believe in wrestling. And that's the end of the promo. So I'll twitch the curtain here.
I actually think it just now gives you the ability to
Just
roll
do it.
for any moves, roll real for any moves.
Oh,
You make,
well,
now that you've
fucking
done
A.
it. It's like just a key that unlocks that option.
Sure. All right. Then cool beats. Then I just do it. Let's see what roll.
Oh,
All right. Well,
but at the end of an episode, if you haven't gained any audience, you lose
I lose an
one.
audience. Yeah. Did I lose an audience when JP hit 4?
Yeah, I think it actually, there can only be one person, just like
Before
you
a
knocked Melvin
Yeah.
down to 3. I knocked you down to 3, and then
Okay.
you just did that move, so you're down to 2. Ouch.
Got it. We'll see what I can do.
Oh, I missed that.
What was that we were saying?
Oh, I just say I missed the whole only one person can be at certain level. That's interesting. I only now just realized that. In the finale. The perfect time for learning new moves.
And just to point out, I got 4 audience this first time this episode, so I gained an advance. With that advance, I took from my gimmick fan base. Describe the fans who followed your career into wrestling. That would be the NFL and Ole Miss, basically football fans. Whenever you hit a move in the ring on a 10 plus before spending momentum, so that's not often, they break into your chant and you gain an additional 1 momentum. It's not going to happen that much, but that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to do that. I think the chant is just like JP, JP, JP. And then I got a belt, so I have another advance.
Oh,
I actually wanted to ask you, Tyler, do you think if I were to add +1 to my stat, does it make sense? Should I raise the work to a 1 or raise my power to a 3?
It kind of depends on if you want to show that you've become a better wrestler, or taking that power to 3 is pretty awesome.
I think I'll just do the power to 3 then. I think that sounds fun. Actually, I'm going to, instead of just taking the +1 to stat, because there are only so many advances you get, I think I'm going to, I was going to take a gimmick from someone else, but yeah, I'll just take that. So now his power is at a 3. So here we go. Boom. Thank you. Sorry for that.
okay. Is there any more behind the scenes before the Melvin JP match?
Can we take as given that we've talked with the gimmick characters, or Zuli and I? And page 86, 87 is where they have the custom move setups for, like, if you're doing fictional positioning stuff.
Okay. I think we'll just...
Right. But take as given they're going along with us.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You have the talent on side.
Cool.
Is Melvin entering the ring first, or?
I'm the challenger. I certainly would.
Yeah.
So, weird science begins to play. We got the pyrotechnics. But as I come out, you know, I've got the microphone, of course, and I've got the secret formula bag. I've got top secret on it. And I get to the top there. Cut the music. I'm coming here even though none of you deserve to see me. Because, you know, Vanna White makes sense that you'd revere her. She may be the only South Carolinian who actually knows the full alphabet. You know, you're 48th in education. That's like, what? 6 times more toes than you have. And I will throw the mic down as I stomp through.
If you haven't gotten your cheap heat yet, you definitely got it now.
Yay. And I'll hop in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. Cool. And then all of a sudden we see the Flying Pelicans marching band comes back out again, playing Forward Rebels. And it's an extended remix. Like, it takes a little bit because JP is soaking it in. He's got the belt over his shoulder. He has a few people there's selfies. He like gets some selfies taken with him with the belt with other people.
Are there any bruises or plasters or anything?
Oh yeah,
previous?
I think yeah, he's got maybe some bandage wrapped around his left hand for when he slammed it against the cage. Maybe it actually is a genuine, and then maybe he's got some kind of other bandage around his neck from something the Boudica had pulled off and hit him real hard there. And so then he'll make his way up to the ring, and he looks up and he seems real happy that there's no cage. Nice. And he hands off his belt, puts it on the announcer's table, and he grabs the mic and he says, "Hey, y'all, I hope you're not tired of me yet, because I got to defend my belt. Y'all help me get the belt. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, y'all help me get it. And here you are for an extended, super long match here. I know that Melvin may be pulling some shenanigans, but good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. With y'all behind me and in my corner, JP, we can defend this belt together." And I'm working the audience. Here we go. I have to say, I love the fact that if you botch on the work the audience, you can't work the audience again for the entire session. That's just, I love that. It's kind of the dice have determined that you should not be pulling that crap.
Yeah.
And that's pretty great. I rolled a crappy 5, as I just said it. But luckily, I get to add my audience, which currently is a 4. So that's pretty awesome. 5 plus 4 is 9. So I'm going to go ahead and just gain 1 momentum.
Which gives Melvin control.
Mm-hmm.
It does. So I think JP comes in, he puts the hand out, you know, always the good sport. And we've seen before that Melvin's a dirty sort of guy when he does this. So there's probably the crowd going, no, JP, you know he's just going to fool you. And as Melvin comes forward, he'll actually reach out his hand and he'll take it. But when JP kind of staggers back and Melvin holds up, he has a joy buzzer and he just laughs and points. See? Brains! And as he moves over away from him, JP comes over and just clobbers him from behind. And Melvin falls out, you know, crowd goes nuts. JP gets him into like an arm bar over the top of him as Melvin goes, work me over good and solid. Then we can, I'll do a little rally, work me over. Then we'll pull out the secret formula. And so, all right, JP, you know, from that arm bar goes into a nice big slam, you know, lots of noise. I'll sell the hell out of it. And brings me off the ropes, does that big lariat he does from the ropes. I'll do a full flip around when I get hit. But JP, overconfident, will go up onto the turnbuckle, and from the top rope, he's going to try that frog splash. It's going to be over quick, but Melvin, too smart for him, it will roll out of the way. So he just does a belly flop right there to the mat, and Melvin will immediately hop up, and what he's going to do is it's called the Superman. He's going to run, and he's going to grab the back, where JP's laying on his stomach. He's coming from behind. He gets his legs, and he hooks JP's feet over his shoulder and just dives over the top of him, hyperextending his legs as he kind of bends him over backwards. Doing a fairly cool looking move, even if it wouldn't really hurt anybody. And I'm thinking that's probably work.
Yeah, that sounds like it to me.
Oof. I rolled
Oof.
4.
Just to be clear, I think there's only one bit of commentator boosting left amongst you.
I thought every match.
Every match gets one.
Oh, every match? Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
JoJo
Well, there's only one then.
So JoJo's capable of boosting either or of us, but
yes.
It's awful early. It's my first one.
Yeah, I just
I can't look terrible, so not right now. So I'm gonna spend 3 and take it up to the 7, take momentum back, and hand over control.
Beautiful. Sweet. So what was that? What was the last move that happened on that?
That's the one I got.
The
your
Superman.
Feet,
like, how's it go?
Right. Your feet go over my shoulder, and I leap across your back, kind of like Superman, and it causes the back of your legs to go over the top of you.
Okay, wow, that's pretty crazy. Just trying to. I'm definitely going to hunt YouTube for the Superman at some point because that sounds bizarre, and I want to watch it. JP pops up, and he and Melvin. It's a thing. It's a little bit of a reenactment from earlier with Boudica as they go toe to toe, and it's obvious that Boudica was a lot stronger than Melvin, or at least that's the way they're selling it. It's Melvin. His recovery is a little bit slower to the point where when he's supposed to do a backhand back to JP and he doesn't quite yet, JP's like, come on. And finally, Melvin gets angry, starts to walk away like he's going to go out of the ring or something. JP reaches over and grabs him and slings him across, goes for a flying tackle, lands it pretty well. But now he's going to go for the frog splash again. So he's going to clamber up those ropes and go for his it's showing off his ability here. He's really trying to show the audience that he's learned all this wrestling stuff so he can pull it off and defend his title.
Does it work or?
I think it's work. I'm not having a problem getting the dice to roll. That's the second time that it's like acts like it's going to roll and then nothing happens. So I just rolled the third 3 and 2 in a row. I'm going to delete these dice. It doesn't make any sense to me unless you guys want me to count it. But
I've had a weird lag when I roll 2. Something's a little funky with it.
I mean, maybe it's because there are thousands of people using it. That's a 3. That's great. Freaking dice. Cool. So
Pass the momentum.
Yeah, I give momentum to my opponent. That's my last.
You lose one and he gains one.
I lose one, he gains one. I got nothing to spin. So there we go. That was.
So what was the move that he countered?
I've been countered. What's that look like?
So you went for the frog splash again, right?
Yeah.
I think that people are a little worried. Now Melvin's been beat down. Surely he won't roll out of it again. And so as the frog splash comes off, the crowd, kind of holding their breath, and it lands. I mean, Melvin didn't roll, but as he lands and he does the bounce where he's coming off, we see that Melvin has latched onto his arm and is biting his thumb. and just carries over with him as he's biting on his thumb.
That's harsh.
And so JP thrashing around it, the ref finally has to come over there and pull Melvin off.
Good work there by the referee. Stopping some definitely illegal behavior.
Did they not feed Melvin before the match?
I guess Mummy did not pack his lunchbox today.
Oh, nice. And so as the ref pulls them apart, JP's quickly up to his feet and kind of holding his thumb as Melvin has kind of moved back to the corner and looks the worse for wear, honestly. And JP, once the ref moves out of the way, will come in and just, come in hard, catch him in that turnbuckle, and put a shoulder right into his midsection. And Melvin kind of oofs over, and JP pulls him out, does a nice big upright suplex to drop me down to the other side. We'll get up crowds going nuts as Melvin is going to kind of roll, and roll out of the ring, falling to the floor. Referee kind of trying to push back JP from going after him, starts the count, but Melvin has rolled right next to the top secret bag. And so he pulls it and looks around. Of course, the camera's there. It's up on the Titantron as he opens up the bag.
What has he brewed up this time?
Brings out, and you see that it's, can shaped, but it's got written around its, secret formula on a thing. And Melvin pulls down the sleeve that says secret formula, and it's orc energy all along as he pops the can and swigs it back.
I think while it's happening, I think there's a little, this isn't on camera. This is just behind the scenes, just at the top of the ramp, but behind the corner, when you come down. I think there would be, the gaggle of wrestlers all kind of ready. I think Arcade Ace would be there as well with,
Nice.
maybe giving a little nod to Azuli if she's, or if she is, does she have a different entrance plan?
I think I'm there.
So Melvin, drinks the drink and just looks pretty, does a little leap for both feet, like a little frog jump, like resetting, holds it up and rolls into the match. And I think that JP, you see the can. How do you react to seeing orc energy in Melvin's hand?
JP realizing, hey, maybe we could maybe by doing this, orc will buy into the idea of the gimmicks being empowered by it. So he looks afraid. He kind of takes a couple steps back. He sees the orc energy and he looks around a little fearfully, and then he turns and he kind of puts his arm on a rope, but he holds back. I'm not sure what's going on here. He's holding on to the rope. Maybe it's the thing where he needs to duck out here.
And
by the way, is this a heel move? Is this something you...
I wasn't planning on it.
Yeah,
I don't think, because I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to
spend the two momentum.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't mind doing that one. It's just I don't want to lay him out. I want to let this get to build to the big schmaz and everybody in.
Yeah.
So I think holding the can, I'll crush it and run forward and just start the pummel. So it looks like all of a sudden I'm so well, and
crazy frenetic energy. Yeah, I love it.
And
and you get me in the corner, and JP's he's moving with it, and everyone's like, JP, no, we're freaking out.
So going for just a wrestling with look, I'm hoping. I think this is all about gimmickiness.
Nice.
All right. All right, that's 6, 7, I'll do the 7, and I'll take the momentum to hand off control. So, because you're still the baby, you still got to beat me. So,
We'll see. Yeah, it's a thing where JP ends up when you move back. JP falls forward like everything's drained out of him. He slams onto the mat, and Melvin sees a easy pin, so he rolls him over, gets on top, and it's 1, 2. JP kicks out barely at the last second. Melvin rolls out of the way. JP gets onto his knees and kind of crawls over, uses the ropes to pick himself up. Melvin's still frenetic, starts beating on his back and hitting him, and then turns around, and Melvin's in his element. He's being all braggadocio and showing off and playing to the audience and mocking them, of course. And JP looks out, right, as he's pulling up on those ropes, and he looks out to the audience, and he spots one young kid, and he just reaches out a finger and he points to that kid, and he makes a fist, and he pulls himself up, and he's heaving, breathing hard. And then Melvin turns around and he tries to turn it back on, but JP reaches and lifts him up, and it's going to fling him over the ropes in a big, brilliant power move. I raise my power. That's what I'm going for. So let's see how it goes. Come on. Oh, man, I rolled a 6. My power's 3, so that pushes me to a 9 on a power move. I got no momentum, so let's happens on my feat of strength.
I'll spend 1 for you.
Oh, you're the best. So that will push me to a 10. I am going to do it easily and gain +2 momentum. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. So I fling you out of the ring. Luckily, there are pads, and you're really good at this. There's warning, but yeah, then he stands out, and he's gonna go over and grab the microphone and say, "Myrtle Beach, y'all. I think Melvin's used some of that orc energy drink. I don't know if I can hold on against him. I'm gonna need your strength. Are you guys as powerful as that orc energy?" And he's going to work the audience here because I've still got 4 audience. So why not? And that is a 7 + 4 is it's 10 plus. So I'm up to 4 momentum. Actually, I shouldn't have been able to do that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to activate that move because you gain control. I did the feat of strength.
No, didn't you get a 10 plus?
I did.
So you hit a great retain control and pick one.
Oh.
So you did have control.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. All right, so then I will do the work the audience, and now I pass it over, and I've got enough momentum to hopefully feel good when the moves start to play. I'm starting to realize the cycle of this game a little bit more now, mostly from learning from Tyler and Jen's genius. So there we go. I've got Myrtle Beach, JP, and I'm trying to defend my belt against Melvin and his secret formula that is orc energy. Giving him unnatural power.
All right, and so I think I've gained control. And so I hear the crowd chanting for JP, and I'm giving the look around like, oh no, drat, and got to get JP to drink maybe, or we got to pull everybody in. So what I'm going to be trying then is I'm going to look back towards the back, and I've got a techie there ready. The case that got delivered from Amazon, he's going to roll out with a trolley of the whole, a whole thing of the orc energy. And Melvin, kind of moves to the cart, picks up one, and pops it, and he starts running down to the ring, just basically dumping it on himself.
And the Stone Cold Steve Austin way of drinking a beer.
Right. and looking maniacal, you know, all the energy coming in, and kind of anticipating this might be when the schmoz is hitting it. But I'm going to run in and just bouncing into the ring. I'm running up at a Luthez press. So basically just jumping up onto JP, wrapping my legs around his chest, and banging at his head until he falls over backwards. Which I don't know. That may be power. It may be look. I don't know what that is. But again, I'm anticipating a schmoz soon. What you think, Alex?
This feels maybe gimmick.
Okay.
This feels like demonstrating character, showcase gimmick.
I think so. Yeah.
This is look.
Well, with look, I have gotten a 6. I'll spend 1 momentum and take it to the 7, gain my momentum back, and turn over control.
And of course, it's whoever's in control of the match, I feel, is in control of bringing in. Unless somebody's going to do an interrupt.
An interrupt would be cool. Okay.
Sorry about that. UI was getting in the way of me unmuting myself. Yeah, I think I'd be happy to pull a run in right now. So I'll be going sort of down the stairs as Melvin is bathing himself in orc energy, just sort of shaking my head, rolling my shoulders out, kicking the rolling cart out of the way. And just coming in, and Melvin, your cheating is shameful, even for you. Can you hear me in there, Melvin?
There's no rules against performance enhancing in wrestling.
Is he still perched up on top of
My guess
his
is
head?
He's probably ridden him down, banging, and is probably maniacal, you know.
Yeah.
The legs flailing of JP underneath from the blows.
Yeah, I'll just walk up and like neck clamp him and toss him off of JP into the mat. Management said that you need a timeout. And then I think roll the run in. Only a +1 for my heat. See how the dice feel about this. Well, that's a 6 on the dice with a +1 heat for a 7. Has potential. Gain a momentum, and my target picks 1.
Oh.
All right.
Ellen.
On a DQ, that would mean that the champ would still probably hold on to the belt. I like this one. Your interference doesn't change the result of the match, but their opponent, meaning JP, is going to come after you for interfering in their business.
Oh, rough. Okay.
So
I
wait.
think that gives JP the momentum. I mean, the control.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So spin me back up again. Urzuli comes running in. We're starting to set up the schmoz with the orc energy and everybody else coming in, right? So
she threw me off of you, so cheating to help you.
Okay, so cheating to help me, and I regain control. That's pretty amazing. And I think it's one of those where he offers a high five to Urzuli.
Oh, but
And-
but Melvin got to choose an option, which was
And you're pissed off that she came in
yeah.
there and
Oh,
cheated.
that's more sense. Okay, sorry.
Uzuli's interference doesn't change the result.
You had
of
this
the
all under
match,
control.
but
Yeah. So
JP comes after.
he points to Urzuli and kind of points like, get out of here. This is a fair match. And then he's going to go over and help Melvin back up and offer him, a hand of shake for congratulations. Make sure he dusts him off. Even though that doesn't make any sense, it's like the best pantomime that JP can think of. And then he looks over at Urzuli again and says, go on, get.
I'll leave. I'll go through the ropes and just sort of hang off of one turnbuckle on the other side.
Nice. Anna totally should have taken her as a manager. That'd be so cool. And now that I have control, I think, so I think it's one of those where JP and Melvin, there's a little bit where he goes in, does a little business in the turnbuckle, and he leans in. He goes, "Hey, Josh, how are we going to get to the rest of the orc stuff? I mean, are we just stalling for time here?" Or?
Hopefully, we're going to have somebody come running out, grab the orc juice, and go after Zuli.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to keep wrestling then.
There you
All
go.
Right. Cool. So I think he is going to. So I'm now looking furiously through dramatic crowd pleasers. There's a cheer shot. That's
person in control.
That'd be JP.
Who does come out then?
Oh yeah, that's true. I think
You have
Boudica
control of the
comes
match.
out. That'll be fun. Yeah. So Boudica comes out. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that. So Boudica comes down. I think we hear the Boudica sound effects first, like the house lights drop for a little bit, and then Boudica comes down, and the woad is on there again, and she's near Urzuli and comes over to the secret formula, drinks it up a little bit, tips some up.
Can I add that with her makeup crew, they put some sort of like UV kind of paint over the things, so when they can like shine a light on her now, and her blue will turn to the orange color of the green color of the orc energy. Like she's suddenly like lighting up with the power.
Cool. Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna let's call one more. So hold on, who's gonna be the next? I was trying to call in all the heels first, right? Because they're the ones who would cheat, but maybe the first baby face that will come in is, not exactly a baby face, but I really want to see him anyway, is the Pebble. As the Pebble comes down, it comes running down, and I don't know, do we hear some kind of like jangly band?
Rolling Stones. I think it's like stones rolling down a hill.
Rolling Stones music. That'd be great. And literal Rolling Stones that come out with Harmon the Pebble Johnson as he comes down to have some of that. Meanwhile, in order to keep things on the up and up, right, JP can't stop and look. JP's doing some regular wrestling work, so he's slinging Melvin across, and they're doing some running across the ring action, and then JP is gonna pull off a super kick because he's read that that's a crowd pleaser, so he's gonna do that. But he is I think a super kick is not a power move, right? So I think it's just going to be a straight up roll with his work because he's doing wrestling stuff. So. That seems okay. I'll do that. Here we go. All right. I have rolled a 7, which means I hit it pretty well. And I think, how much heat do I have with Melvin? I don't have any. All right. I'm going to spin 3 mo. Ooh, this is dicey, but I'm doing it. I'm going to spin 3 mo to push this up to a 10 and choose to gain 1 heat with Melvin P. Morgenstern. There we go. So, but with that, I hit it great, retain control. So, yeah, I do the super kick. Melvin does the kind of delayed reaction. Then boom, he's laid out. And I think I'm going to use that to... Oh, there was a thing where I was rolling with the audience that worked really well. that was just working with the audience. No,
Yeah.
let's see. There's nothing else. Was there a where we work together? That's rolling with heat. Sorry, I still don't have this stuff mesmerized. So I think I'm just going to stick within some wrestling, but another NPW is going to come down. I think Gregory Price is coming down with Machinations Inc. These things are getting
I think
big.
he's got Ivan, maybe, if he's got
Yeah.
Machinations, I think. A couple of other wrestlers.
Of course. Yeah, so they come down and I think he's like handing out, Gregory's handing out different orc things. They're pulling it off of the ring, you know.
Can I just add one little thing of once he's handed to his wrestlers, he takes one himself.
Nice.
And there's like a
yeah. And I think he takes it's like the last one on the ring for now, and then he hands it off and someone comes running up and they like snip all the little plastic rings of the can holder, then they throw it away very carefully. Meanwhile up there JP, like the camera's following this, it's just more like background stuff where JP and Melvin Morgenstern are fighting. But then once Machination Inc. has done this and everybody's all souped up from the crazy power, I mean, this is, I think now that I have control, I am going to go for just some regular old wrestling. One more thing, get us back in, draw the attention back to the ring. So I think another flying tackle. He just goes back to his tried and true maneuvers. And here we go. I'm going to go ahead and roll. And boxcars. I thought I was handing this over, but it seems like I don't. 10 plus. I'm going to gain another heat. I am definitely going to gain another heat here with Melvin P. Morgenstern as I hit him hard. What is that? How does Melvin react? I mean,
and what was the move that you hit me with?
Another flying tackle.
Oh, I think that I think that it hits and it just accordions me over your shoulder so that I'm actually like almost stuck from the momentum on your shoulder. So when you get to the end of it, you can stand up and you toss me back behind you as you stand up. And I just roll all in a ball into the corner.
I would also like to mention that Azuli is technically now in this match, at least as, well, not as a official wrestler, but she is somebody.
She did the run in. Mechanically, you should do stuff if you want to.
And I think, I mean, one of Machinations Inc. has to go for Azuli or fight past her to get into the ring.
Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing this and just wagging my finger and picking up one of the chairs.
Who's coming? Who do you think tries to get past you first?
Boudica. Clearly.
I think unless I think Tyler did have control, but he has to.
I'd actually gotten a 10 plus, so I still have control.
Oh, self-control, yeah.
Yep.
So there's some fighting going on the edge of the ring,
awesome.
but you're.
Yep.
Cool. I
Slapping
am going to try to.
down.
Yeah,
Knocking
they're
each other
going on.
around.
I'm looking out and trying to pump up the audience. Come on, Myrtle Beach. You know what? Myrtle Beach and Orc Energy together. I'm trying to work the audience now, and now we're drawing the loop together to see if things will work out. Now I'm gonna.
Is JP gonna drink?
I think he's gonna reach down to Gregory and see if there are any more. But he just finished off the 6-pack, so maybe there's one left in the bag. Maybe there isn't. If I fail, then there isn't. Oh, that is a 9 plus my audience. That is a 10 plus. I gave +2 momentum, which is what I desperately need for when I go for my finisher soon. So,
I feel like this requires like maybe the small boy from earlier throwing you an orc energy drink.
Yes, it's
I think that
perfect.
is-
He's got his ears folded down. He's like,
Oh.
why did you pick me up? Sorry. Yes, so I work the audience with a 10 plus, gain that +2 momentum, and I hand over control.
Who, too? You've got options.
I do. Good luck, Melvin P. Morgenstern.
All right. Well, we're probably wrapping towards you hitting your big finisher, but I think we haven't had the baby faces run from the back yet, have we?
No.
So while I have control, I think that we can see that all the heels have kind of moved up, and there's this clear look like as soon as JP wins, they're going to just rush the stage to beat the hell out of the champ.
Just in case, if you were not, could you hear when you were away for a second?
I couldn't.
Oh, a lot of the Machinations Inc. heels are trying to fight their way into the ring, but Uzuli is kind of, I think, fighting them back with a chair, I think.
Ah, cool. So still works then. I think this is when we see the locker room empty as the baby faces come down to help Uzuli. And as they run by, they're grabbing the orc energy and drinking back. And we see, you mentioned someone with a big feathered thing. So we see that one coming in. And as they drink, they pull their plumage all the way out. And they're all powering up as we get this massive fight going on outside the ring. Melvin has been beaten up pretty soundly. I think JP is going to pull him to the center of the ring, and everybody's got to be thinking, oh, it's going to be over. And JP will come off the rope and put a lariat into Melvin, and now you've gotten your drink from the kid, is that correct?
Yeah, we worked that in as part of the work the audience. Yeah.
Gotcha. Excellent. So I think then as you caught the drink, then I think that what happens is Melvin, in desperation, actually will leap forward, knocking the drink from your hand. And so there's this mad scramble as JP looks down for it, and Melvin reaches to grab it, grabbing at it, pops the top, and as he goes for the drink of it, I think JP moves in, and Melvin pulls back. The two of them together get splashed by it. But you can see that Melvin has gotten all, he put it to his mouth. It's just splashed on JP. So Melvin, looking powered up, will put one hammer into, hammer forearm into JP's chest. JP will stagger a moment, and Melvin will lift him up, and he's going for that brain buster, his big finisher, which is only a rumor because we've never seen Melvin actually do a finisher in a match. But he's got him up. And what I'm going to attempt to do, Alex, is I want to roll my own move it's going to be work, to position it so that when I go for the brain buster, JP manages to escape. So I'm doing work to provide the escape.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
All right. Oh, beautiful. I rolled an 11.
Nice. The dice love you.
First time tonight. So I'll take the momentum. And technically I would hold on to control. So I think what I'm going to do is my end of control is describe out, if you don't mind, Rich, what how this ends up looking as you escape. I think Melvin has this shocked look on his face as he turns back around where you've escaped and kind of looks down to the can in his hand, looks back at you like, oh no, he got some too. and is looking like he's going to smash the can on your head, and I hand over control.
Nice. You smash the can, and he reaches up and he grabs it, right? And we hug hands, or the hands hold over the can, and there's a bunch sloshing out, and it's dripping onto the mat. And then JP left hand, boom, he hits you right in the bread basket, and then Melvin, he reacts to it and lets go of the can. And JP drinks it up, and then he crushes the can, because that's what happens when you're super muscular from Orc Energy Drink, it turns out. And then he takes the can hand, right? And that's what he uses to kind of hammer Melvin on the head a few times. It's pretty brutal looking. He's going to move him back into the turnbuckle. And then he slings Melvin and makes him run all the way across, caddy corner, and slams into the turnbuckle. And then he charges after him like a bull. He actually stops midway, and then he charges forward like a bull, and just and,
is he doing like the scraping the ground with his foot?
Yes, he does this,
okay, yeah.
the whole thing. He JP's maybe his most gimmicky of all time is happening right now with the Orc Energy unlocking some of his crazy wrestler inborn instincts. I don't know, but he's going for it. And Melvin sells it, and then he slams forward onto the mat face first, and then he's gonna go and he picks up Melvin, he slings him across, does another flying tackle, but now he's gonna go for the finisher, right?
Yeah,
this is it. It's the moment. He's got some momentum built up, he's got the Orc Energy in him, so this seems like the perfect time. As Creative said, is it true that he's supposed to retain his belt?
I mean, technically, that's what the booking is, but I mean, you guys are kind of going off books a little bit.
I haven't broke kayfabe yet, exactly.
Yeah.
Quite. So I'm going for
there's
my
a difference
finisher.
between breaking kayfabe and just deciding to play it a different way than management wants.
Very true. That's true. I am going to go for my finisher, though. Here we go. Here we go. Oh man, I've rolled a 4, but I've got 3 momentum. I'm burning for it. Need to at least a success.
It's currently you need their help. They choose.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun. If, it's obvious. You make it obvious you need them.
Or they carry you through it, and you both gain 1+1 momentum.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, where's it go, Melvin? It's kind of perfect. I really like that.
I think that I carried through it. We'll both gain the momentum. And so, yeah. So it looks like you hit it solid.
Awesome.
And this was your big spear, or is it
big spear followed by the pin. Goes for the regular
like spear
finish.
into the turnbuckle. Did you say? Like threw him across, didn't you? From turnbuckle.
Well, he did a series of things. Like he,
yeah.
Brahma bowled him in the corner, and then he slung him against the ropes again, and they're going across, and he does this big spear, and then goes for the pin with Melvin.
And the stadium or the arena just comes up in a massive roar of JP. I think there's some like fireworks set up for, they were going to launch some for the Boudica at the end of the Boudica match, but because of the whole change to the lineup, they've saved them, so now they just go off from the turnbuckles, I think. Yeah. And the spotlight kind of onto JP.
Tonight's after party is going to be lit.
Oh, so much orc everywhere. There are going to be all kinds of half orcs after this party.
I think there's like a little shot of just the whole crate under Boudica's arm, and she's like stomping off. Like there was the whole crate that was getting pushed on the trolley.
and JP comes down, grabs the belt, and he's motioning, and then some of the high school band pushes down a whole bunch, like on a dolly, a bunch of cases of orc energy, and he starts handing it out to fans, giving back. And then eventually he's gonna head back after a bunch of celebrating with the people in Myrtle Beach. And, and if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna take 2. I'm just gonna step away for just a minute. So I'll do that.
You think do we see any like on camera or behind the scenes stuff after this, or maybe just like Rich said, just like the celebration, the after party?
I think we see Melvin angry at having lost and rage filled.
Yeah.
And is Mrs. Nice, is she an in-ring persona?
I mean, it's a both. It's I mean, unless I'm mistaken with like WWE, it's like a Vince McMahon.
Gotcha.
It's both.
And okay, and she's seen as a face, right?
Heel? No.
Is she a face or a
Mrs.
heel?
Marjorie Nice is like the evil management.
Yeah, she's the evil management.
Okay.
And Nathaniel Nice is the nice man.
Then I think that as I'm leaving the ring, we see her at the top of the ramp, and I imagine she's got kind of this look of not very pleased, but she's sticking to kayfabe enough to be solid. So she's there at her apron, and she's got her pie there. And I think as I go by, I take my hand and just pop it up underneath her hand to pie her in the face, and I'll spend 2 of my momentum to leave her helplessly on the floor covered in pie.
Nice. That happens. Yeah, she's just sputtering as I think like guys in just kind of general security kind of costumes, or maybe referees, I don't know, run in and help her up, and she's like gesturing wildly and playing it up. Yeah, the indignation of this. Are there any more on-camera bits, or like I was saying, as you left, Rich, kind of after party, behind the scenes stuff that we see, even in just montage or?
I don't have any more like on-screen stuff personally.
Yeah, all I've got in mind is embellishments, and meh. I imagine that at some point during the Great Big Scrum, some of my skeleton dancers maybe had to come in. And now that things are basically over, they help me with my coat, my cane, and my hat again. We walk out.
Yeah.
Alex, I'll ask you, as you're asking all of us.
Yeah.
What did the orc energy execs that are backstage? What is their reaction?
Oh, I mean, as you guys go off to kind of party, I think you're seeing like there's Marjorie Nice kind of like sitting at some sort of conference table with all these execs, and she's got like a cloth, and she's like wiping off the the cream pie stuff, and you can see they're like bringing out like all like the paperwork and like posters of like the characters and stuff, and they're kind of going over it, and like there does seem to be, I mean, your plan has not worked. There's definitely, I think you've got the idea back on board to keep the gimmick, and maybe this is a direction they can go. You've given hope. And I think a lot of you, the wrestlers, actually walk past this kind of like conference room with like big windows and actually see. I think most just kind of see it and just like share glances with each other and like, you know, feel a little, you know, they had a great in-ring experience, and I think this kind of buoys them a bit more as well as they go off to party. And I think actually the last thing I want is I want like the photos. I want at least one photo from each of you taken from the night of partying, like a snapshot of partying that we see. Anyone go on? I think I see one of Gregory Price and Boudica making out in a corner.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, he's like disappearing underneath her, but you know, I mean, as in just making out, but she is a big person.
I thought we had an American Gods reenactment there for a second. And... sorry.
It's all right.
Withdrawn.
Yeah. I think we see Urzuli and who's somebody else who works really highly clothed in our circuit. Who's like wearing sleeves all the time.
It was we didn't give him a name, but there was somebody with like feathers, like a feather headdress.
Yeah.
I think they've got like, you know, the arms are, you know, I think they maybe have like a big either V kind of, so they got showing some
right. They got
but the rest is
the chest
clothed.
dive. Okay.
Like some sort of male flamenco dancer style covering.
So it's me and him in kind of our civvies, right? And we've both got our sleeves all the way up, and we're comparing tattoos and gnarly scars.
I think the photo you see of Melvin is he and Arcade Ace at the karaoke machine, and you can see the words to Pinball Wizard behind them.
Is she?
Yeah, that's so good. I think we see JP and the Pebble arm wrestling with a bunch of beers on either side. And
how much effort does it look like JP is putting into it?
I think there's a moment of like JP's like, yeah, this is fun. And then Pebble starts to push and he's like, what the fuck? And it's just that, like, we don't know if JP lost or if Pebble went over on it. It was just one of those like, what?
Yeah, and then it's cut to end credits.
Nice.
Possibly it's the documentary of this turnaround of of Sunday Smash.
That's great. Oh, that is so fun. Okay. Well, that wraps it up, Alex?
Yeah, that wraps it up. So it's stars and... Do you do the wishes with a finale?
I don't normally.
I think it's just 2 stars.
Cool. I'll go first. Alex, big star to you for running this. It was great. I could see, like, we went from we're not sure what we're doing to like, hey, really had this super exciting. And then that background plot, this is a weird start, but like at first I'm like, oh man, this is super bummer. But so then I'm like, this is kind of sad. It's the end of all things, but it was just enough pressure for then the second star of Tyler and Jen working together to come up with concoct this scheme to bring everything over and flip the script. And I was so excited. I did not expect Worldwide Wrestling to have a like, let's all come together, Bad News Bear near the end kind of moment. And that was great. And I couldn't have predicted that. That was it was pretty wonderful. So those are my stars.
Anyone else want to take it?
Oh, goodness. Well, I think we got a bunch of good to the hilt sort of performances from everybody. You know, more wholesomeness from JP, more just absurd hilarity from Melvin. You know, we got to see some of the best parts of the non-player wrestlers from Alex. And yeah, what a big smash. That was fun.
I'll say stars to Jen. It was really neat to see you like kind of come into these moves and see you coming in from the first to where this one was. It was really neat to see you in the ring because it felt like you got a little more confident with what to do in the ring. I don't want to, you know,
Good.
say, but you were putting on amazing, interesting matches. And I think that it was just, they constantly grew better. And that was fun. It was neat to see the gimmick get its flight off. Alex, I thought this was a cool session. I think you came in with a neat concept. I applaud you for running it to begin with. It is a weird system. It's a strange system. But it was all around. I had a blast. Now, you know, but this last one just felt like it grabbed a hold of all the right notes and everything was wonderful. And, Rich, JP's a hell of a face. I mean, that's a face that could keep a company going. That's a really good character. And to see you be vulnerable as well as becoming the better wrestler, the learning, the taking up the stats to reflect it. It was just it was nicely done all around. So got a big old star to Nathan. I love this game. Thank you, Nathan, for making it.
Yeah, I mean, normally Melvin is the complete, unchallenged cut promo audience. But I think Azuli's had some really great ones this time. I mean, Melvin
stepped up. It was great.
JP also, but I think Azuli rose to the top this session. For all of you guys, you really brought the mayhem to March Mayhem. I kind of just had my kind of instigating drama for behind the scenes, but I had you guys all really brought it with Melvin rightly making it a player versus player finale, and then like Rich said, bringing Azuli and Melvin to kind of concoct this plan to kind of, which really made, just an uplifting ending, which nicely capped off the campaign.
Yeah. I've really got to know these characters, 4 sessions, but it felt fuller. It might be maybe because we didn't build out a gigantic roster, that there was more reincorporation of characters and storylines, and that worked pretty well. It's something I'll definitely think about when I run this in Star Wars, because it's Worldwide Wrestling and it's another game, so at some point I have to run Star Wars.
I'm interested to see what you're going to do with this.
I don't even know. I'm just making a joke. This has been great. Thank you all so much for March and playing something new and different with this group. Next week, we will have a new member join the group, and we're going to switch to Goblinville, which is going to be really fun. I'll be reusing some amazing artwork from our own Alex, because Alex graced us with some cool. Oh, good.
My goblin drawing. I've got my goblin character.
I've got goblin NPCs, which will be stolen from the Goblin Town run from back in the day. It's going to be awesome. See you guys in a week. Thanks, everybody, for watching.